Zambia. We invite you to this podcast in the middle of the night, right from here in Dubai. In my company here, I've got Professor Kanduluo and also Comrade President Roosevelt Tonga.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so the evening is short. We would brief you of how we have moved and what's going. So I'll pass on the floor to Professor Kanduluo. Over to you, madam.
Thank you very much, President Kasonde Mwende. I'm sure all the Zambians are dying to know what is happening out here in Dubai as we focus on the 13th August 2026 presidential general elections. This is one of the most important leg as we prepare for those elections, where we are now witnessing the printing of the ballot papers. We arrived this morning, and as I think has been reported in social media, we came 2 days late. And recognizing the fact that we were 2 days late, we immediately went straight to join our colleagues at the company that is printing the ballot papers. Unfortunately, we found the process had already started because the assignment started on Monday and today is Wednesday. We did put on record the fact that it was unfortunate that the process started in our absence. There was some explanation from the Electoral Commission of Zambia. There was an explanation from the Electoral Commission of Zambia, why in fact the process started on Monday and the majority of us were not present, apart from government representatives. And those of the Electoral Commission of Zambia, there were only 2 representatives of political parties, namely the UPND and our independent presidential candidate, Given Katuta. And the 3 of us arrived this morning. Now that has implications because we didn't witness the beginning of this process. But there was very little that we could do, but we did put it on record that it was unfortunate. However, we joined the tour and we witnessed the printing of ballot papers, and the numbers were being reflected to us. It started with 2 machines printing the presidential ballot papers, and today they added a 3rd machine. And according to them, these 3 machines will be printing about 1.3 million ballot papers per day, meaning in the next few days we will have the completion of the printing of the presidential ballot papers. However, there are issues that tomorrow we will be raising with the Electoral Commission of Zambia, and I don't want to preempt them because we've spent some time crunching the figures today, and we just want to bring it to the attention of some of the issues we'd like to raise with the Electoral Commission of Zambia. And we will update you tomorrow evening once we have raised our concerns with the Electoral Commission of Zambia. I think what is important is the fact that there is quite good engagement, and we are raising issues which at sum total at the end of our tour will be able to share with the rest of the Zambians, because these elections this year are extremely important. And I think all of you in Zambia, you have eyes on the ball to make sure that the process is as transparent as possible, so that we ensure that the elections of 13th August 2026 they have minimized to what one can call free and fair elections, although there is a lot of issues that people have been raising. But I think our role here in Dubai is to make sure that we minimize as much as possible the concerns that the Zambians are raising. And it's my sincere hope, as we engage the Electoral Commission of Zambia representatives that are present here, they will understand that whatever we are doing, we are representing the millions of Zambians who have not been able to make it to Dubai because of the cost implications. I thank you. And maybe I can ask my colleagues, President Tonga and President Mwenda, to add to some of their own observations from what we witnessed today.
Okay, you want me to come in? Good. Once again, we are greeting you from Dubai. President Roosevelt Tonga, Professor Luo. We are calling it Team Luo, okay? And President Kasonde Mwenda, proud to be part of the mission. And we are very happy because the people of Zambia, indeed, you love your nation. You know, you are busy praying for us since we left yesterday. We have, traveled safely because of your prayers. We remain very grateful. Now, what is important here is probably the foundation which Professor Nkandlu has just laid down. And we need to understand each other. Before I can go further, my appeal is that many others would want to listen to our broadcast. Please, our dear brothers and sisters, in Zambia, if you can help us to share this broadcast so that others can follow as well. It is very, very important. This year in the Republic of Zambia is the most important year. This is our second liberation from where we're coming from what our leaders are saying. As Tonse Alliance, we must make sure Zambians are liberated. We all know what we have gone through with the Hakainde Hichilema's regime. No one would want to again have another 5 years with this particular team. So we must work together as a people. And you are rest assured that you have people you can trust on 100%. There were so many speculations before we came this side. People talked of their own understandings. And we promise the people of Zambia that we will not betray anybody. We mean just that, because our interest is the Republic of Zambia, to ensure that Zambians are liberated. So you have our trust 100%, okay, for the best interest of the people of Zambia. Now, as we go through this process, before I can go to what I want to say, is that please, people of Zambia, wherever you may be, we must make sure that we protect our votes. And as a team here in Dubai, because the process started way back in 2021, of course we know that we are not going to have a free and fair election, because an election is a process. So from 2021, we all know what we've gone through, and the process has been very bad. So as ballot papers are being printed from here, obviously there will be a day that you, as our brother, sister, will be required to cast your vote. At that particular point, our appeal is that we must protect the process until Mundubile Makebi are ushered in as our leaders this year and we form new government. Now, as Enoch Tonga, as a team, there are two things that I want to address, and that is very, very important. I know Professor Kandlu has not touched on those issues, but I will touch on those issues, which I believe that my brother here also, Kasonde Mwenda, will cement or strengthen what I'm going to speak. One, we had our own observations. First of all, ECZ went ahead and started the process of printing the presidential ballot papers without our presence. They had their own explanations, but we said it that from that point of view, we have reservations. However, we had to go and, tour the plant where they are printing these ballot papers. Now, after that, these are the two concerns which we have, and we are going to bring these concerns to ECZ tomorrow, and you as the people of Zambia take interest as well, because we must work as a team. If we were to save the Republic of Zambia, we must work as a team, all of us. And one thing I love about Zambians is that when we get to this particular point, we easily agree with one another. And it is very clear that we have agreed that we are going to protect this vote and usher in new government. Now, two things. Number one, the number of ballot papers. Okay? We have learned today, all of us, which would want the people of Zambia to learn as well, that ECZ is to print 9.1 plus. That's 9,100,000 plus ballot papers. I hope I'm correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So 9.1 million ballot papers are to be printed by ECZ. Those are presidential ballot papers. Now, our concern, our worry is this, that the total number of registered voters is 8.7 million. So we did ask to say that why the extra of about 400,000 ballot papers, isn't it, my brother?
Yes.
Why are we printing extra? Obviously, the CEO of ECZ gave his own explanations, which explanations, as far as we are concerned, did not make any sense whatsoever. Now, this is the explanation behind the difference in between 8.7 million total registered voters and then what is to be printed as 9.1 million ballot papers. We are saying, in the history of Zambia, we all know that if the turnout was to be, that much, we can argue, okay, here and there. But you may get, for example, let's assume we had 50 or 60%, even more than that turnout. Obviously, we are talking about maybe half plus of the 8.7 million. So for argument's sake, you are saying that only 4 million plus people are to cast their votes. Now, look at the difference. If we are to have 4 million people voting, difference from 9 million, you're talking about 5 million plus votes. Okay, fine. Let's assume that we had 100% turnout. So why do we need to even print that much to 9 million votes? So our concern now to ECZ and the people of Zambia is that we must, consider the gap or the capsule where the 8.7 million ends. Meaning that if we are to print ballot papers, the best we can do is that we can either print the 8.7 million ballots, or if they so wish, they can print even less than that. Okay, because we have 8.7 million people, and they cannot be more than that. They can only be less because others could have died. So why is ECZ want to print more than the 8.7 million votes to 9.1 million votes? That's our question. And we want to challenge ECZ that as a team, we must get to an agreement. If we are to print, can we go by the 8.7 million votes? The other issue is this, which I'm sure my brother will handle as well, is the issue of security features. Very important on those ballot papers. We've learned today as a team that ECZ has put in security features on those ballot papers. Would have loved we were here, okay, as a team and be able to learn also what these features are. The issue was that when we did ask the CEO Kasaro to say these security features are what, he did not want to make them public. And we said, okay, fine. When it comes to money, what happens? We all know, we all learn what money carries in terms of security features to protect that particular note. So now, to go ahead, what we are calling ECZ now, this is a demand, which is very, very important. It must be supported by all the people of Zambia that if we have put any security feature onto these ballot papers, can ECZ educate the public so that we know that these are security features on the ballot paper, and you as a voter, when you go to vote, you must look up to those features, or else why keeping them secret? Okay, so we want to know what are these security features on that ballot paper. Don't keep it secret because we want to protect the ballot paper which we are going to use for the presidential vote. I rest my case. My brother, Kasonde Mwenda.
Thank you very much. I think it's clear I've been observing na mwana po ya mama question hapa yalu ubwera mfunza number 1 question yana naona mule ipusha bambi kutira number what is the justification ngaba isize dibachilanda poshan. Our job is to engage, it's not to alarm na ngutalikana na baba isize. No, our job is to make sure that the process yaba fair fumaluka correct things are done. So po tuamonati we are not happy, we will wrestle with them, we will debate, we will chat na wa professor. So ni shidata ilife na mwisho wafe nitapu na kwata wa professor mwitimu lino tatuliyanga no kwangala. So what is happening now is that we challenged by ECZ nge discrepancy because our registered we have 8.7 million. Then why are you printing 9.13 million?
Yes.
Explanation yabwe yachilanda thing. When they are packaging, barabika muma bundles, and each bundle equata 50. So jabade bika muma bundles because yonse bade fokubika 50. Yara pulira pona yambi kula bana yambi ama ballot because pakuti yabyo tu bukule tu 50. Kula bama extras. Wow, justification yabo maybe at their level it is making sense, but if we with the so many concerns we have,
yes,
we don't want to see any extra ballot. I think if we have to incur more costs, akubika kwendara mecha kwebati beba bika mabando ya 50.
Yes.
Maybe nangwale bika na cash 20.
Yes.
So that we have we don't want extra ballots.
Yes.
That is our stance as Pamozi. Tonse Pamozi Alliance is ngabadefwa if you won't na mtabomfure, but if we feel we don't want to see ama extra ballot because our fear is that we should for bantu benga bombe mingara to ere asam kama votes. We don't want that, and we don't want to blame anybody because at this stage we can control things. Yes. We don't want animosity that we for kutalika ni kuchalo chave ni kunontuli. Then number 2 batonga ni mbona people are asking ama questions.
Okay.
I gap sana. They are asking about Pama security features.
Okay.
Vice Z bali that now become security features pali ballot paper. To achieve push, I think professor, you are the one that brought the question.
Yes, I raised it.
Yes. But Chip Shower professor saying now what are those security features so that abantu bale ishibat ini gonga ballot ini original. Vice Z response yabo ya chibati no, they can't disclose ever ala ishiba fyane because ama ballot papers they are a property of ECZ. But that answer was not satisfactory, and we hope my Lobakaya London because by ECZ teva voter and umuntu le voter afwile aishiba bushe inde voter po ni gonga na nguni original. Yes. And the only way umuntu ngeshiwe inga ni gonga is by umuntu mwine ukumona maybe kwa lotuma security features tumonga tatu mwene po then taishiba tine yanta ikwete. So we are not satisfied with answer bash to pera by ECZ that no, they are secret features, so we are keeping them secret because we never can shiba shani because it's not them to raise alarm.
Yes.
So Mwebantu, we have come on your behalf. Right now, we are in discussion. The party disagreement now, we are going to talk, we are going to engage as professionals and also as citizens that love this country. So we will not disappoint you, we'll come back, we'll be updating you. Everything, will not leave anything.
No.
Uncovered, but we will do it in a responsible manner, in a way not to inflate, because not to Manakari already there are stories that are flying around. So we wanted to speak to that cause so that people are cleared, people understand. So we can assure you, Milo, we are coming back and we'll be updating you until this process is concluded. We also raised an issue also, I think it will be better we bring it tomorrow. The audit system. We want to make sure ama numbers ba company bale tupera kyo ba printire the exact over printire, and we need to have a system that allows us to verify that we have printed the 2 million ballots. There should be a way that allows us to see that indeed I know over printire there are no more.
Yes.
And we have proposed some modalities in which we can have this system for us to be able to monitor and to audit. And good enough, they responded that tomorrow they will
the plant manager
and give us details.
Yes, that's what they did. Yes.
So we don't have to alarm you right now. We are in good talking terms, and we are discussing. We hope at the end of the day it will be a win for Zambia, not for us here, not for ECZ, but a win for Zambia. Prof, you can confess.
Yeah, so thank you very much, President Kasonde Mwenda and President Tonga.
Thank you.
I think our responsibility as a team is to update the nation every day, especially that a lot of Zambians are glued to social media and other types of social media to be able to know what is going on out here in Dubai. And we cannot spend so much money flying to Dubai and just come and keep quiet. I think our role and responsibility is to engage where we are not sure, to get some clarity on some of the issues that are happening here. And with that kind of clarity and information, we can also brief the people back in Zambia. And this will reduce speculation. Like I said this today, is that I think between the institution ECZ and the government representatives that are here and civil society and our other colleagues, the political parties, the main responsibility for us is to reduce speculation in Zambia. And the only way we can do that is if we are transparent and accountable through this process. Thank you very much, Zambians, and bye-bye.
Before we conclude, Professor, I think I must emphasize. Once again, I think my emphasis is on the difference. That has to be talked about.
No, we've read
In
this.
fact,
The difference is the people of Zambia, we need to stand together. Obviously, you said it, no difference with ECZ, but our concern is that we're looking at total number of registered voters.
Yeah, I
which is
think what we
8.7
shall
million.
do, President Tonga,
Yes.
tomorrow, since we have crunched figures after our session today, we'll go with those figures now, because when you crunch figures and you have the figures, it's easier to engage.
Yes, yes.
And I think tomorrow that will be the process that we shall ensure that we minimize our differences and get clarity.
I hope we'll come back and update.
And in
Definitely,
the evening,
it's our duty.
Yes,
in
yes.
the evening after this engagement, we'll come back and update
The nation.
the nation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much and good night.
God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Till tomorrow, same time. Tomorrow, 20 hours, we are back to give you an update. Twakulampeera data because we are doing it for you. God bless you and may God bless Zambia.